Hey everyone, it's Live, Love, Laugh, Let Go Out Loud. And today is a special edition because I am super excited to share with you my next project. And I'm going to do a little intro of my beautiful friend, Katharine Franco. There she is, my superstar bestie, my co-host, my beautiful friend, Katharine Franco. Welcome to the show again. And I'm just honored if you'll notice on the bottom there, it's Katharine Franco, Bridging the Gap with Lynn Serrano. So this will be the last time I'll be on this side because we'll be on the other side. So that actually, let's mess with everybody. Let's do that this way. Being how we're talking about our new show, I am super honored and excited that we are venturing on this project together. Um, maybe we'll start out with how it started. Well, we got so many questions here, and you guys feel free to ask the questions as we go on talking about this new venture that we're doing together. So let's just start out. I'm interviewing you for this, and I'm just a sidekick here. So I'm going to ask you, what's the premise of your live stream?
So, Lynn, thank you so much. First of all, everybody, Lynn is a creative genius. She's one of those people who really understands when they talk to someone, they're very empathic, right? She can feel the energy. She can feel what kinds of thoughts that are coming through. So I'm so grateful that she is going to be my spicy co-host, Lynn Serrano. Spicy. And also that she's a producer. So she's a multi-talented woman. We're lifting each other up. And we're actually truly out there to make a difference. And I'm just so grateful to have this person by my side who's willing to do that. So thank you so much. I could not be any more grateful for your generosity and your heart to help others.
Oh, I love you. So I'm just so excited here. I'm asking you a question before I let you even introduce yourself as well, because I've been just in the production mode here that I apologize. My etiquette here isn't very good at the moment because we've just
you're
been.
a hard worker. Let's not apologize for hard work.
Oh, I love you so much. You know, when you're working with somebody that makes you feel comfortable to be in your own skin and to share your creativity. I mean, I couldn't have asked for somebody else to work with other than you. So I'm blessed. I'm blessed as well, my friend. So just go ahead and tell everybody a little bit about you, and then we'll go into this whole thing about starting this new live stream.
Absolutely. So, for those of you who don't know, I'm Katharine Franco. I'm an actress, and I'm also about to be a new host for a show that's going to be streaming on Fridays at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. And for those on the other sides of the nation, it's going to be 4 p.m. Pacific Standard and then 7 p.m. Eastern Standard. And let me tell you something, folks. This is before you go out and party. When you're in the car during traffic hour, you can hear us. You could possibly see us. I don't know if you have a Tesla. You might, but definitely be safe. We're here to start your Fridays off well. Thank God I'm fabulous weekend, TGIF, and just have a good time. And the premise of and the question that Lynn asked, which is a fantastic question, of this particular live stream is really, it's called Bridging the Gap because we have so much polarization, we have so much division, and I truly believe that all of us are good people and we can unify. And so it's really about having a unified mindset. It's not about politics, it's not about all the crazy stuff. It's the humanity. It's connecting and bridging together, and that's really and it's also fun, right? Because we're going to have incredible guests and a special guests and artists that are really interesting. So I think it's going to be a good time before you go home and you just kick your feet up and grab a beer, or, you know, maybe you're just going to be doing whatever you're doing, but you have something to kind of keep you centered for the weekend, and find peace. You know, we really want to find our inner peace. But you don't have to burn sage. You know, you can just hang out with us, right?
You know, I was
hope
gonna.
that helps answer the question.
It does. This sounds a rhetorical question, but I have it here, and I was thinking, if you wouldn't mind, I'd love to show the little intro of our show as well with this question. I was going to say, what's the name of your show? So, what do you think? Should we just go ahead and show that little intro?
Let's do it, Lynn Serrano.
Okay. Okay, beautiful Katharine Franco.
Grab your friends, find your enemies and make amends, and we'll meet in the middle. Take the pride and set it aside. My hands will build you a shield, and we'll solve the riddle. And we'll
remember the times. We'll remember the times.
We're building memories here, folks. We're building memories.
That's right. So these are a couple quick questions. So when is the live stream? And then I'm asking how often it'll be. So
excellent question. So
okay.
Thank God I'm fabulous. And this is a hashtag for all of you. You could say that. If you're a dude, you could say, thank God I'm fun. Thank God I'm funny. It's a TJIF show, so it's going to be every Friday. And if you're East Coast at 7 p.m., I'm going to rephrase that. Yo, if you're East Coast at 7 p.m. And if you're Pacific Coast, like, it's going to be 4 p.m. on the Pacific side, and it's going to be 7 p.m. on the east side, okay? And howdy, y'all, it'll be 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. We love all of you. It does not matter. And by the way, most of my family lives on the Pacific Coast side, so I have so much family that's going to be popping in on the Pacific Coast. They're Southern California natives. I've got one of my best girlfriends. She's from New Jersey. And by the way, Lynn Serrano, she was promoted to fire chief at a fire station.
Can we have her on the show sometime?
She's incredible. She's one of my best friends, and like, for real. And
that's awesome.
She had in dance class. She had muscles. She was in ballet, gymnastics. She's rich, but she looks like Scarlett Johansson.
Oh, I love it. And you know, my family's
police chief in the fire.
That's awesome. And my family's in New York and in Florida, so we got east to West Coast, baby.
Oh, I mean,
and Puerto Rico represents too.
Yes, I have a lot of friends on the East Coast. I don't have family, but I do have friends. And then, of course, I'm in the middle. Meet in the middle, bridge the gap. That's what I'm here for. You too. You're mountain, I'm central. And we're bridging the gap between the coast. And I think, well, that's an interesting little connection we just made there. How cool is that?
Full circle, baby.
Full circle, baby.
We got Latino representing here.
Okay, so 4 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Central, and 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is when the show is going to be every Friday, and our big premiere is this Friday. So we're really
can I give another sneak peek of who? Quick little pictures of the people that are going to be there. And this isn't an exclusive, but this is...
We definitely do. Go ahead.
Yeah, but this isn't everybody. This was just what we could grab right now. Some good-looking people right there. Right there.
Yeah.
I'm super excited. Okay, so I have a question for you. What can we expect to learn or get out of watching it?
Such a good question. Well, first, after you just showed all these beautiful people on that incredible little video that you made, the first person that you'll see is Lamont Carlos, also known as DJ LC. Lamont Carlos, what you're going to expect to see out of watching this show is a lot of diversity, a lot of fun, and just really good grounded conversation, people who are connecting and they're unified minded. The first person that you'll see is Lamont Carlos, and he does the intro. He's my DJ that I manage, and he's on WFAA Channel 8 every Friday morning, early AM on Daybreak. And so we were lucky enough to have him do our intro. And then there's a woman there with short graying hair, and that's my mom.
Aww.
And we're going to do a segment called the Mommy Minute, and we're going to go through some health tips. My mom is a survivor of breast cancer. She has lupus, and that woman has been through so much. And guess what? She has a beautiful husband. She has a dog. She has a home, and she has created a very healthy, grounded life for herself, and she has survived a lot. So she has so many incredible health tips, and I keep telling Mom, you've got to have your own show. And here I am, I'm just going to pull her into mine, because she's like, come on. And I'm like, no, really, you can help people. So she's going to be there to help people. My very first guest is going to be Mr. Gabe Sains. He is an incredibly handsome Latino man who is he is such a talented actor. He really is. And he also has a heart for helping people and has some training with PTSD. And so we're going to talk about some things that can be helpful, and whatever however that evolves and just unfolds. And then at the end, we're going to have a special musical guest. So we're going to rock out. We're going to hang out with Mom. We're going to maybe have a drink. We're going to talk to an incredible actor. And then we've got a special musical guest at the end. And we're going to rock it out to bring in our weekend. And it's going to be incredible.
Oh, well, we had some comments here. Lucy said that would be a great interview with your friend that's fire chief. And then she says something about Montea on moving to New York City to become a model. How cool is that? And then Heather said hello from us.
Hi.
And then you got another hello, your mom. That's amazing. And it is amazing. If you guys have any questions about any of this stuff, feel free to ask. We're just, so we already talked about who's first on the show and where we plan to go with this. Did you have any questions for me, girlfriend?
Lynn Serrano, I have a lot of questions for you I want to dig into, but I think, let's think, I think with you, you're very an intuitive soul. How did you have a feeling that was kind of hitting you in the ears, kind of nagging you about getting on a show, or was it just presented to you? How did you get started in this type of live stream?
Oh, well, live streaming, that's a good question. Live streaming, it's really out of my comfort zone. I come from a theater background, and it's been in my life all my life. No matter what kind of work I'm doing, it's always structured based on what I've learned, fundamentals of performing arts and being a stage manager, assistant director and stuff. So I've helped people with their social media and marketing and things like that. And I've also been creative contenting for a while. And I can finally say that I actually appreciate my work now. I didn't for the longest time. Now I'm like, wow, I look like a professional. But implementing all those things, I just felt I've always been around actors and things like that and creative people. And I'm always like, I can't be in front of the camera. That's something that's just not in me. And yet, as I got inspired by other people and realized that, I too have stories that I shouldn't die with me, but also just knowing other people that feel stuck and not able to communicate with people the way they want. I just felt the people that inspired me to get out of my comfort zone were people that I admired, and I felt the world had to see that they let go their hang-ups, their things in their life, and I wanted to showcase to other people that if you happen to be in the same situation as some of the people I interview, then look, you too have hope. You too have a way of changing your mindset and and making and creating what you want. So I started creating shows, and now you're going to be my 4th show that I produce per week. And so, I'm pretty honored to be working with the people that I do. They love and respect my production and creativity. And so I just want to hone into that so that people can hire me in the future. So, yeah.
That's awesome. And Lynn, people don't realize, but to overcome what you did being behind the scenes and push yourself to be up front, that's a lot. That's a lot. That's bravery. It's breaking through fear. And the fact that you're doing that so that you can help others and give people a voice, that's special. And so you should really be proud of yourself for doing that. And I know that you are still doing production, but you've gotten more and more comfortable clearly in front of the camera. But that's something to really be proud of. I think it's so important for everyone to step out of their comfort zone. If their heart's in the right place and they're doing what they need to do, to just take it to that next level. We only have one life. And, last year was so rough with COVID for a lot of people. We realize we have to just hold on to what we have right now and not take anybody for granted, and just live love,
Let go out loud. Yep.
Full circle again, baby. But really, just taking that time to enjoy and have complete gratitude for what you have right now is really important. So yeah, Lynn Serrano.
Oh, well, thank you very much. Oh, and we can't wait to see Lucy. Amazing woman. Yes, she is. I'm so excited to, like I said, when you pair up to the people, like, when I seen you being interviewed by Ken, and I could just relate with you so much, and then you came on my show, and I'm like, oh my gosh, we are soul sisters. It was just, and I asked you to think of having your own show, and then when you called me, said, Lynn, I thought about all the questions, and I think I want to have a show, and I'm thinking she's letting me down easy, and that's okay, but I'm glad that she's going to do a show. And I was just honored when I was like, I think she said she wants me to help her do a show. I did. I was like, I think matter of fact, hi Tracy, thanks for being here. Kid you not, Tracy's my witness. I let her listen to your voice thing to me. I says, would you think that she's ready to let me down and say, thank you, Lynn, but no, thank you. And it was a good thought, but I don't want to do that. And instead, it was just so, matter of fact, go ahead and say what you said. And I think people will agree that you'd sound like you were letting me down, not actually, let's do a show. That was just last week.
It's so funny because I am very type A, and in a lot of ways that's good. It could be good or maybe confusing because I called Lynn. She offered, she said, hey, I would love to maybe produce a show for you. And I was like, are you kidding? This is crazy. Wow. She's like, oh, you don't have to talk. You don't have to say anything right now. Just think about it. And she gave me some really great tips about, what would your platform be? What's on your heart? Think about it, and I was like, okay, I will. So when I called her back, I'm leaving her a message. She's probably on a show, more than likely. She's already on a show, and I'm leaving her a voice message. And so, I took it really seriously. My type A was just like, Lynn, I really thought about what you had to say, and I listened to it. And I prayed about it, and and it was very serious in the beginning. So she's probably like, okay. So, and then at the end, I was like, I would love to do a show. And I really took it to heart, but I wanted her to know, like, I wasn't just going to say, oh yeah, that sounds great. Let me just do a show. I think most people would just say, yeah. But for me, it was more, what do I have to say?
Methodical.
And am I going to bring any value, or am I just saying yes because it's just a cool thing, Yeah. So I really respected what she had to say. And I probably threw her for a loop on that message.
And the cool thing is, though, is, I wanted you to be like, let's just be consistent on what day, when it is, what we want to give, and we want to, run it for as long as we can, and we're also not purposely going to have a business page for it or entertainment page, because by the time we really feel our jam and we know we're at our peak of where we want to be with the show, as far as, the color schemes and the backgrounds and all the different things, that we both want to do in a production, then we're just going to dump all those shows on a page, and it'll be like Netflix. You can binge on how we first started compared to where we're going. And we both don't want to be scripted by this. At least I don't. I mean, I'll just tell you right now in front of our friends here, don't expect me to learn any scripts, because that's just not my forte. I have brain injuries, and I don't trust my brain every second. So as long as you let me be unscripted, we're good. It's in my claws.
You're great with improv. I think you're fine.
It's in my claws, in my invisible claws with you. It's like, as long as I don't need to learn no lines.
Okay, so East Coast people, just so you know, Lynn used to live on
Long Island.
Yeah, Long Island. So when
Long Island.
Claws, she's not talking about like a bear.
Claws, yeah.
She's talking about paperwork. Okay.
Yeah, my granddaughter, I just said that on my last show. My granddaughter, she's saying something. I don't know what kind of show it is, but there's blah, blah, blah. And she goes, and coffee. And she's saying coffee like I do. So next time I hear her do that, I don't care what the video looks like, but I'm going to record her when she's got her little headsets and she's going blah, 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 and coffee. And I'm like, oh my gosh, she's going to sound like me.
I love it. I love the thought of a little girl who's like, can I have some coffee and some cream? Thank you. It's hard to get good help these days. She's 8. Okay.
So when I get to record her secretly, that might show up on your show, because it's going to be, when I kept hearing her say coffee, I'm like, oh my God, she sounds like me.
We might do a little segment with her and call it Coffee Talk.
Yeah.
With an 8-year-old.
Tea time. So anyways, yeah. So it's super nice to have this show today to talk about the inception of our show, the fact that both of us are not sleeping well, but for a good reason, because we're super excited of all the elements we want to bring in. We want to have little blurbs and little videos, and just if we can make a little video for it, we will.
We've already TikToked it once.
Yes, I wish I had that little TikTok here. If you keep talking, I'll probably find it, because it was pretty cute.
A little bit while she pulls up the TikTok.
Oh yeah, because that was really cute.
And then we'll all talk together. How about that?
That sounds good.
That sounds really good. So I am really excited, and I think it's going to be fun that, I'm roping my mom into this to this world, because mom is not in this world, but she's about to be. And I have a pretty strong feeling and intuition that her segment's going to be very successful, because health is always something that we take for granted until it fails us. And now we don't want to feel this way anymore. And we'll do anything we can to be healthy. We take that for granted, I think, sometimes. I know I do. So I'm excited for mom. It's going to be cool, Mom, if you're out there. Yeah. Oh, okay. Lynn's on the prowl right now.
I found something here. So, hey, when is your Netflix show going to be? Oh, here we go. Greetings, ladies. Hello, Mark Gassert. So glad for you being here. Sandy loves our vision. Thank you, Sandy. She's a big supporter of mine. I love her dearly. I would love for her to come on the show too. I'm excited that your mom's going to be on the show to inspire her to get on a show. That would be great. And you could play your reel.
My mom is plugging my reel right now.
Oh, Mama's watching. Eyeballs. Hey, Mama. You know what? I wish we would have just got her on the stage right now. That would have been so cool. But check
I keep my hands on myself.
You know what? We're gonna have to have a TikTok moment too. How's that? We gotta challenge you.
In mind, I'm gonna make one tonight.
Well, when were you gonna tell me so that I could duet with you? Hello, McFly.
Well, hello. We have been, okay, guys, just so you know, we have been producing, we've been texting, we've been forwarding things all night yesterday. I can't sleep. Things are constantly going on in my head. This is a behind the scenes episode before we even have an episode. And so I'm just like, okay, time management reasons. I've got to get Lynn stuff out for today. Then I've got a rehearsal with mom tonight. Then we'll do the TikTok. I'll probably do the TikTok tomorrow. And then, one piece at a time. So it's actually fun though. I'm having a great time.
Me too. And I just thought about when you said an episode, it's a good thing we're not having an episode. This is like really good stuff, So Mark Gassert says, if you have your health, you have everything, as you are a millionaire. Absolutely. I guarantee it. I think your mom's
oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, Mark, it's fantastic that you say that, because one of my friends brings up the fact that Christopher Reeves, he had so much money. He was so handsome, so successful. And he had that tragic accident riding a horse where he broke his neck and he became paralyzed, and eventually he died. But with all the money that he had, he would certainly give it all away to be able to walk again, right? So he's a multi-millionaire, but he's paralyzed, right? Who would not give all their money away to just be healthy? And when we look at it from that perspective, it's like, okay, I'm walking today. I'm healthy. I'm happy. It could be so much worse. And for me, it can't get any better, but if it does, fabulous. I'll take it. Bring it on, universe, and just having that gratitude is so important. So Mark, you are right on point, Mr. Mark Gassert.
I'm playing because at her show, I'm going to be doing some wild stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get fancy with my producing.
I love it. We
Make
like
it
fancy.
Yeah, I'm super excited. I'm super honored. If you guys have any other questions for us or not, we're super excited that we're actually gonna. I can't believe only theater people like us would do a rehearsal or figure things out beforehand. But as far as on the cuff, I really sincerely feel that we will bring it on with so much impromptu and just having laughter. And we're not getting paid for this. We just want to give and impact people. So I think we're going to have more fun being goofy and being a little professional, but really just having fun with it, and so I'm super excited. And I even think that if you bring me some ideas or Katharine some ideas, I think we're going to be up for the challenge, and we overlook the things that we need to be thankful for. Absolutely. And I think that's what we want to do in our show. We want to take and, the reality of things, back in the day, people complained about 9/11 happening, right? And going through security. Yeah. But is security so bad as being restricted to be quarantined at home? Like what measures does it take for you to appreciate what you did have when you don't have it? As simple as being able to say, let's go take a trip somewhere, and then they're saying, nope, the airports are closed, you can't travel. I mean, okay, security now, you'll be willing to stand in the line of security if you can at least go and fly. I mean, it's the taking things out of content perspective and realizing that, it's just like little kids. You give them limits, and then they push from the limits. I'm sorry, I got some mic static going, don't I? Do you hear that, Mike? Yeah, I know. I got to figure out what's going on with my mic.
You were popping popcorn.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
That smells good in my mind.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry for the static. But anyhow, it's just an analogy of we truly need to see where we're at and realize it could always be worse.
Absolutely. I think that's so true. And you know what? You become happier when you're happy all the time. It's a habit to be happy. That sounds so silly to say that, but I'm
it's so true.
It's a habit. and you become more happy when you're happy.
And,
it's a momentum thing.
And being somebody who's had post-traumatic distress disorder and brain injuries and things like that. And Saturday, I had a day, man. It was everything. But I've trained myself to say, you know what, when you get in those ruts, get your ass out of it. Don't go down that rabbit hole. It's a work in progress. I'm not going to lie. But you got to get around the right people that know to help you. And just, you got to switch that. There's so much you can do to just try to overcome and not be stuck in that mindset. So, if I can help anybody in that respect, I mean, you got to show present and you got to change that way it's going. So Tracy says here, being happy and grateful is a choice. Absolutely. And it's sometimes for some people, it's a 24/7 choice.
It really is. It's a lot of work. It can be discipline, but I feel like, once we go down the rabbit hole, it's very hard to get back out. So get out of it as soon as you can. Don't bed down into it, because it just starts sinking worse and worse and worse.
No.
Actually, it makes me think of, have you guys seen that movie Get Out?
No, I haven't.
So there's this scene where this guy's getting hypnotized. I'm not going to talk about all the things, because you should watch it. I think it's an interesting movie and kind of creepy too.
Get Out?
It's called Get Out. It's a thriller. And this guy is visiting someone's home, and she hypnotizes him, and he starts sinking into his seat. And I guess it goes into the psychological thing, because there's this black abyss, and he starts pummeling down into this deep abyss, and he can't get out. It's almost like water. And he's completely paralyzed. Mentally, he's paralyzed. She's in complete control of how far he goes down this abyss, and if he's going to come out of it. And you feel that in you. And it's something that just popped into my head when we were talking about having ungratitude, like not being grateful and not, kind of going that negative way. It starts sinking more and more and more into us. And we have to fight that. And, once we find that gratitude, we actually start becoming this helium balloon where we're able to see outside of ourselves, and we get bigger perspective, and we're floating in air, and it's a beautiful thing. So we have to work through that process. And I've been on both sides of the spectrum. It's not easy, but it's so worth it to just think of all the incredible things that we have. And health is one of them. We mentioned that, and just be able to walk around healthily.
And your mama said, what did your mama say?
Health is that great blessing you don't think about until it's threatened. And she knows. That's right, yep. Mama Lou. Yep.
Mama Lou. That's what I'm going to call her. Mama Lou. I love that.
Mama Lou. Yeah.
No Baba Lou, Mama Lou. Well, I thank everybody for being here. What do you think if we just call it a wrap? My mic is really, I've got to work on that. I've got to find out. Great.
We don't want any electrocutions.
No, not on our watch.
That would really bring down the show.
I know, right?
My producer just got electrocuted, folks.
No. I want to play really quick going out. I want to play the intro of our show because I really love this thing. And before that, I'm going to play real quick the guests that are going to be on our show. That's super awesome. Is there anything else you want to say, Katharine, before we go?
I love you guys. I'm so excited, and I just appreciate you, Lynn, and let's just rock it out.
Amen, sister. Stay right there, Kat. Okay, you guys, thank you so much, and we'll see you Friday night.
Grab your friends, find your enemies, and make amends. And